I won't lie. When I bought the movie ticket for this movie, I said, Arjun? Arjun? No freaking clue. Because it goes S-O. What do we got here? We have Vyjayanthi. Vyjayanthi. But little did I know, S-O just means son of. Can we just say son of, please? Chase Lee Hockey with the blue Futon movie. Arjun, or Arjun. I think it's Arjun, right? Anyway, son of. I'm not going to pronounce it because I'm white as a mofo. Anyway, what's about pretty simple premise? Mother, son. Mother is a cop, a pretty badass cop. The son, criminal. Well, is he really a criminal? Or is he a criminal in his mother's eyes because she's like, I raised a son to follow the law and he's not following the law. However, there's a bunch of twists and turns in this movie about good cops, bad people, good people, and who should she trust? And is she really thinking, maybe everyone that wears a uniform isn't a good person. So, did I like this film? I thought it was pretty good. I did like the dynamic of some of the characters of the mother-son relationship and how it's fragile, how it needs to be amended, and that things occur on that level, and how even though he is kind of disowned from his mother, like whatsoever, he'll still do whatever he can to protect his mother, even though she absolutely despisingly hates it. So we have that dilemma to it. Also, we have just a good-looking movie. With a lot of Indian movies, sometimes you're just like, oh, you get a little bit scared because there's some AI-generated scenes or CGI. Here, it was pretty minimal, and I actually did enjoy that. Like, there's good car crashing in this movie. There's good fight choreography. Yes, of course, some CGI, especially with the big, anchor. Of course, you're going to have some crazy stuff like that. But there were elements in this movie where I haven't seen other Indian movies where I'm like, a little bit of attention to detail goes a long way. For example, when guns were getting shot in this movie, a majority casings were coming out of the gun. And I was kind of shocked because a lot of Indian movies, nothing comes out of the gun. Like, very few scenes, like maybe onesie, twosie scenes. Here, it was a majority of them where it's like, oh, she's shooting a pistol, the casing's coming out. And it was actually a lot of characters doing that. So I'm like, thank you for having a little bit of attention to detail on that level. The action set pieces, I thought were pretty good. Yeah, some of them, you could say they're redundant, but again, it's all about the editing, in my opinion. And this movie did a pretty good job editing these scenes. Because unfortunately, like when you watch Jack or other movies, it cuts, shows it, cuts, shows it. Here, it did let the movie flesh out a little bit, where it's like, okay, he's actually doing a decent amount of these stunts by himself. And you're just seeing the aftermath. You're seeing the punch to lead to something, not just a punch, oh, and then he flies away. No, you're seeing the overall scope of things, and I really did dig what they were trying to do. The beginning action set piece was also pretty good as well, because she was the one in charge of it, and you have the son scene as well. There are multiple action set pieces throughout the movie that kind of correlate to what's going to happen at the very end. The ending, I can say, was a little bit anticlimactic of the action set piece of what it was actually trying to do, and it was a little bit simplistic. And everyone's saying, oh, the last 20 minutes is going to be bombastically like craziness. I was expecting a little bit more. Yes, but there might be some fun stuff with the anchor and things to lead up to that. But there was that level as well. The twist that everyone's talking about, I personally did not see it coming. I was like, oh, okay. Because maybe how the story is told, which when they actually show this character doing the bad stuff through and throughout, you're like, yep, that kind of makes sense. But it was good editing and good camera work for the audience to not see that twist coming, because it's one of the ones where they bring it up about blue ecstasy and you kind of forget about it, and then they shoot it back up. You're like, oh yeah, there is that plot that they just didn't completely forget about, and it brings you back into the fold of this cartel, people, like the Pathon guy, the sons, and everything like that. What's the Pathon, the bad guy? He has showed up in the first 10 minutes of the movie and does another pretty badass action set piece in a well. And that's an also really good action set piece. Even though you're in a well, how it was shot and how it just looked, it was edited very good. Very, very good editing for that well shot. And when he comes out of the well too, it's really just good camera work overall. And I was pleasantly surprised with how the movie opened up. And you're like, oh, we're getting some good, gritty stuff. And like I said, it's all about the editing. And this editing in this movie was one of the better ones I've seen that comes out of India. Just in my opinion, though. You can see there is some lull moments, especially with the two dance set pieces. The first one is a lot better than the second one. So there is that. Then you also have other elements of getting the story, getting to know some of these characters and things like that, which is pretty good, but you do kind of feel some dragginess to it. Also, there is some graphic kills. This would be a hard R in America. There is blood, there is gore, there's acid kills. Even though they don't show the aftermath of the acid, it's just the overall processy of making someone drink acid is like, that's pretty fucked up when it comes to that level. Like I said, gore, people do die. It's not like one of the ones where someone gets thrown and you're like, I don't know if no, people here die. So you're either going to like that or not when it comes to this movie, because it's very interesting when it comes to Indian regions. While some of them blur out the gore, while some of them don't. I think the more southern part of India kind of goes a little bit more extreme with their violence. And that's why I think I like this movie, like kind of like Jant as well. So overall, Arjun, or is it Arjun? I always say it wrong. S-O, bleh, because I'm white and I won't be able to say it right. It's a pretty good action movie and drama about characters, about a mother-son relationship, some good action set pieces, some good twists and turns. But some people can say that even if you take the twist and turn out, this is a very conventional film where, things just occur to lead up to a nice, healthy ending for a relationship. Getting there can be a little bit slow with some characters that are kind of, just there to be there, like the wife character or the girlfriend character with the baby. She's kind of just sprinkled out the story and isn't really used as much as it wants to be. But when it comes to some of the action set pieces, pretty damn good, especially the one in the police station, the well. And to me, it's all about the editing, and the editing was done well. Good, well, how you want to say it. So Arjun, S-O, Vyjayanthi, will receive a 3.5 out of 5 with Futon. He's at 70%. Let's see what the critics' news scores gave this one. So we have one critic, and it's a negative, and they said the film squanders its potential with formulaic approach and gets tiresome with each passing action set piece. I mean, I can't disagree with that. That could be someone's opinion, because it does, correlate to something pretty, I want to say formulaic. But yeah, you could say it's formulaic as well. But anyway, there you go. That one negative, which I think it was like a 2.5, and then my 70. Chase like here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing, Bluetopia. You Blue Tony saying watch for a great day. I'll watch this tape tomorrow, week from now, year from now, every single freak one of you. Peace and love, peace and love. And yeah, did you see any Indian movies this week?